Good evening from the round. I'm Todd Grundle, and it's our discussion of The Blacklist, Season 2, Episode 2. 2 in, and I'm already mind blown. We'll get into the blown part later. Let's move it right next to me. This sexy box of fucking weird Isaiah Mullins. What's up?
Hello, everyone. And first time ever, I like this episode. Like this episode a lot. Unlike the story, but I still like it a lot. Thanks to Reddington and his demons, really. So it was a good episode.
Yeah.
Charles Whedon. Sorry.
Yes.
I messed up the cameraman, but I caught it. I had us when it showed the bar. Charles Whedon, everybody!
Yes. Hello, everyone. Yes, this episode of Blacklist was actually surprisingly pretty damn awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great.
Wait, can we start over with you, Charles? What happened to your hello, everybody? What happened?
What happened to that?
Fine. Hello, everyone.
No, we gotta do it again. Charles Whedon!
Hello, everyone.
That's good. It's like saying Dr. Nick.
You know what? Yeah, go have a cigarette. Relax. Yeah.
On that note, so everybody seems to have a favorable opinion on this episode, I seem to gather. Okay, let's get into it. This one starts out in Warsaw, Poland.
Yeah.
Hazmat stuff, pretty exciting. Red is escorting somebody. Mr. Kaplan, that was right.
Right.
Cleanup guy, and questioning people about the disappearance of his wife. He gets a phone call from Henrik, this guy who tells him about the Warsaw bank robbery.
Yeah, they took everything.
They were hitting safety deposit boxes. But of course, they were after something different. Now, I want to take this moment to say, I feel, because if you guys remember last season, I was saying I thought they did their cold openings really cool, like minus the explosions. But I just thought they were interesting. But this year, the episodes are solid. I'm loving it, but I'm not loving the openings too much.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
As much. It was just kind of humdrum, but.
Right. Run the mill type of stories. Like, okay, nothing new, nothing special.
Exactly, nothing special. It was just par for the course.
Right.
But I just want to skip all the way ahead because there were some really excellent episodes. I lost my spot in the notes.
Well, episode scenes, you mean? Not a good scenes in this episode.
Yeah,
a lot of good scenes.
However, the only weak part, I mean, I'll be very brief with this one, I'm not going to say the whole thing, was that bank teller. Because that was complete bullshit. Like, really?
Well, that bank teller, she was important to the whole episode.
I know she was, but if you think about it logistically and just realistically, it's like, that's kind of fucking stupid. What happens if she gets...
What bank teller? You're not talking about the formula, are you?
Yeah, I'm talking about the formula. A stupid
Are you
formula.
kidding me? That's the part I liked. I liked that they finally had a character worthy of having a name.
Well,
you normally give somebody a name, but it's just name for naming's sake.
I understand that too, but it's just resting so much of that weight on one lone person, who is the formula. And this is what will happen if she gets axed off. All those bank codes and everything else could put gone.
Yeah. There should have been a few formulas. You've got a good point there.
I mean, right. And she's like Rain Man, really, if you think about it. Like, well, minus the disability.
But I thought she was cool. So you thought she was dull. Charles, what about you? Did you think she was cool or dull?
Well, to be honest, at first I didn't really know what was going on, but then when they revealed who she was, it actually took me a minute to realize, wait, she's the formula? But then once I actually figured it out, I'm like, you know what? This is actually pretty cool. Because I actually kind of like the thing where they implement people and characters who have a photographic memory and basically remember everything. I really like it when they do that. It's very interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah, so I really liked that character. I did.
I mean, I'll say that it's not really photographic imagery. It's just numbers, really. She remembers what the day it was. She remembers pretty much everything within the date
A
itself.
temperature in the room.
Right. So it's not really photographic memory, unlike it's like math. It's really just a math game if you think about it. It's all about math. It's all about situations that goes on with numbers.
Well, math is the universal language, so
Bingo. See, Charles, you made sense with Isaiah logic.
So is booty.
that's not Isaiah logic. That's classic knowledge. That's common
This is
knowledge.
Isaiah logic.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. But also, I want to ask you this one other
Let
question.
that marinate for the audience. Go ahead, what?
When the bank teller got hurt, I got confused. Like, how did she get hurt? It was happening so fast. It was just. I
I
don't know how.
honestly didn't even notice she got hurt. Just because you're confusing me, refer to her by her proper name, the formula.
Okay.
The formula.
Remember numbers formula lady. She got injured due to that really easy point out raid. Like, okay, we already know the government's all in this. But then when the shootout came out, like, how did she get hit? She was already out of gunfire away. And when we got to the cab, it's like, oh, she's bleeding. Like, wait, how's she bleeding? Did you guys shoot her?
Yeah, I missed. I also. I guess. Well, we didn't really see what happened in transit for her, so I would assume it happened at some point during what we didn't see in the switch up.
I don't like that though, because if that type of stuff happens, that's important to that character, and we should see it. Like you said, we need to see a lot of things that actually are important. So this was like, okay, this is confusing. How did she get injured again? You guys suck at your jobs.
Well, if they did show it to us, we wouldn't have had the surprise. But the surprise comes so quick. I guess it doesn't really matter, right?
Right, and then Elizabeth got very annoying in this episode. Very annoying. But again, I'm sorry, I sold your show, Todd. Here you go.
No, please do listen. I wake up very early. It's 10:40 p.m. My coffee, I just noticed, only has 300 cc's of delicious instant goodness. I may have to call out for more from my assistant. Yes, while I'm pondering my dwindling coffee, you were holding well. Might I say about holding well, yesterday's Sleepy Hollow discussion, if anybody noticed it. Charles, excellent job hosting.
Yes.
To the panel at large, I just think a moment should be taken to pat us all on the back, because during that hangout, Charles was having issues, both technical and I assume personal, with the phone calls and deals. Isaiah for once, who normally is notorious for horrendous internet problems, audio problems, Isaiah was golden. He was the golden boy.
I remember, right? The golden child.
Me, I had people bleeding from their mouths, and I'm performing, medical surgeries live, and the audience did not see one tiny bit of it. And that is professionalism, folks, and that is what we deliver here at Geeks of the Round. And now Black.
Right. But, hey, Charles, were you also annoyed by Elizabeth's actions? Because it just got on my last nerve, like, oh my god.
Yeah, I gotta say. I mean, remember in the first season where at first I actually liked Elizabeth. I actually thought that she was cool, and then I began to realize how much of an idiot she is.
Oh god, tell me about it.
And yeah, this episode is one of those episodes that truly shows how much of an idiot she really is.
See, this is great. And say your point, but let me just say this. This is great, because last season, it was the exact opposite way around. I think you guys remember I very much dislike Elizabeth. And actually, now I remember at the end of last season, she started growing on me, and I was saying it to you guys, and she wasn't really, you were dropping off more on her. This episode, I liked her even more. I thought she was much less used. I think that's what I'm liking, that they're using her less. But really, she's not grating on me at all. I'm having the opposite reaction as you, Charles. Now, go ahead. Tell your words.
I don't know. It's just like you said, they're not using her. They're not using her as much. And to be honest, I am kind of liking that. But at the same time, it's bad for her character development.
Well, not really. She has worst timing, like ever. Like when Red's trying to do something.
Yeah, and one thing that I've noticed.
Oh,
yeah, one thing that I've noticed this season is that when she talks, it's like she's just saying the lines. She's not really putting that much emotion behind it.
That's
I
a little
know another
unfair.
certain actress on another certain show, Sleepy Hollow,
Hey,
Abigail,
hey,
who, who,
hey, hey, hey,
who,
hey,
Abby,
hey,
seriously?
hey,
yeah,
hey,
I kind
hey.
of, I'm a noob, and I'm still reserving
Watch
all
your tone, man. Watch your tone, man.
my
Watch your
comments on
tone.
Sleepy Hollow are very broad, and we'll leave it at that.
Watch your
Okay?
tone, man.
Yeah, but I don't know, just and I do have a little bit of speculation to throw at the end of the hangout about what is going on with Keen. But I will get to that during wild
Well,
speculation. So yeah,
she, her acting wasn't bad. I mean, oh, honestly, I liked her acting. It was just her teammates. What's his stupid face?
wrestler.
Wrestler? Yeah, thank you. He was pretty much feeling like, oh. He was feeling like a robot a little bit more and more. It's like, and then
Yeah,
like, oh, you go ahead.
yeah, but there is one thing that I will say that I did think that was kind of cool, or actually pretty cool, with Keen this episode was the fight scene with her and that other guy at the safe house.
Oh, she got her ass
Oh, I
beat.
thought that wasn't cool. What
It
did
wasn't cool.
what did you say?
I actually kind of like that fight scene.
She got her ass beat and say, "Oh, I need your help. I need your help." He doesn't even look. He doesn't bat an eye. Like, okay, bye.
Well, I think in the end they revealed why. But at first I was thinking maybe Wrestler or whatever his name is on the bad guys team. Because what the fuck was that reaction? The bullet gets shot through the window. Like,
Right.
you're watching all of this action happening, and you're thinking to yourself, maybe if you're me, what don't they feel the vibrations? It's happening right next to that window.
I did wonder that as well.
Like
Then
that.
the gun, okay, yeah, right. Then the gun shoots through, and the dude just goes like this. He just goes.
Right. It's like it just there's a headlight. It's like, oh, that happened. But they were
Yeah,
high deer, super high. Like, oh,
the
like
initial fight scene. The initial fight scene between Keen and the other guy, the corrupt guy, that was cool.
well, it was cool, but I also felt a little.
But I admit and agree that with the whole vibrations and all that, somebody in that room should have noticed.
Plus,
Yeah,
it's a
Because
hotel.
because even if it was a soundproof room, even if it was soundproof, it would not block out physical vibrations
And
from
also,
the
it's a cheap
fight.
hotel too. It's Russia, for God's sakes.
No, Poland.
Poland, Russia, tomato, tomato.
Do not say the same thing.
Tomatoes and potatoes.
Exactly. But anywho, it felt weird because she was actually fighting for her life, and I got a little worried for her. Like, oh shoot, she can't fight him off. And then when the gun when she shot the window or glass, what you gonna call it, I thought he would jump into action and save her or do something. He's just staying like for 10 seconds like, oh, I was helping her. Okay,
Because he was high as fuck.
he must be
High as fuck on hillbilly heroin.
right. So it's just unexcusable.
I agree. We're kind of skipping, so let's see if there's anything before that. Let's see.
Um,
Liz visited Fred. He asked about his daughter Jennifer. What?
that was before because Red was actually trying to figure out more ways to save his wife really, his ex-wife. And it was really interesting too. We saw Red become a little bit losing his style, losing his game.
Oh God, I can't wait to talk about some of that. Actually, don't forget when we get to the ending, when with the scene at the car with the final transaction, that was some shit. We got to talk about that when we get there.
So I'm gonna say that later. But how Red was pretty much he was on his game, but he's a little bit off it as well because Berlin can play. He can press Red's buttons really good. So it was really interesting, like playing chess and playing poker with a really a crazy and much up to level adversary. So it was very interesting how those two play out. And I do like Berlin now because I like the actor who plays him. He's very charismatic. He's very everything that I want in the villain. He knows what his goal is, but he want to have fun at the same time. And so it was really weird for them to work together because they have another bigger enemy. Like, really? What was his other big enemy? Was it just the banks or was it someone else? I got really confused on that one. Like, okay, who's the other enemy besides Berlin? No, seriously, who's the other guy? Some other rich white guy? No? Oh, okay. I got really confused on that one. Charles? Stop zoning out. We know what you're gonna say.
On the subject of Berlin, yeah, I do like him as a villain. I do.
You love.
But I think that Peter Stormare, who is the actor that plays Berlin, he's great in pretty much anything he does. Hell, in the not so good Constantine movies starring Keanu Reeves, he played a great Lucifer in that
He
movie.
did. That's true. That's true. But
Yeah,
what do
he
you think
did a
about
great.
Red?
He did. Yeah. What?
What do you think
Reddington?
about Red? Yeah.
I would say Reddington is pretty good this season. I like him.
But do you think
He's.
you went?
I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
I was saying, did you feel like he was off his game a little bit?
Actually, no. I think he was actually more on the game this
Story-wise,
season.
are you asking story-wise or like portrayal of the actor?
Story wise.
Well, yeah, he was supposed to be because that's what he was saying earlier on about excuse me, when they said something to him, you know what this is, and he was like, yeah, we're losing control. He admitted that he was losing a bit of control to somebody.
True, but also his plans are really good, but they're just a big MacGuffins. Like, but the whole planning is like, oh, huh?
MacGuffin, sorry.
Exactly. You're fine. It's just that the whole plan behind the bank robbery and everything else is like, you had a big plan in this, didn't you? Yeah. How to get back to Berlin and everything. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are pretty much useless. So yeah. And when King finally figures it out, like, wait a minute, you started all this nonsense. Yeah. But I'm confused now. I know. I'm Reddington, bitch. What you gonna do? Arrest me? Get out of here with that noise.
Well,
So,
they tried it a few times.
yeah, they failed always. And he was saying, he keep
Damage.
trying to hire guns. Like, stop pointing the guns. I'm getting tired of you guys pointing the guns. Just calm down. Calm down. That's why I like Red a lot. He's just ready. He's angry, but he doesn't let it show it until he wants you to see it. So it's very interesting how this character plays out. And again, when he has that epic talk with Berlin, which Todd might talk about soon, it was very epic, very very epic.
Well, let's just jump real fast to how he got there, because it is all run of the mill stuff.
Right. His wife tried to get away, but I don't know why she didn't just jump out the fucking window. Like, okay,
Yeah, she did that with a chicken bone. She stabbed the guy in the nose with a chicken bone.
I know who that guy is too, by the way. The actor, that Russian actor, I forgot his name, but he's a really cool actor. Oh my god.
I've seen him in something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. He's been in all kinds of shows. He was mostly in and he's never been in a character that's been in a TV show for long periods of time. He's always been a guest starring role.
Or Russian.
Yeah. There was one movie that I saw him in. It was It was a terrible Die Hard movie. It was A Day to Die Hard. A Good Day to Die Hard. Yeah, he was in that movie. He was the taxi driver.
Oh,
He was.
That movie.
Yeah, huh?
That's a fantasy of yours, a delusional fantasy. That movie never happened.
Oh, and he was
Yeah,
also in.
I think
He was
yeah.
also in Nicolas Cage movie. It was an independent movie too, by the way. It was okay, but it was very bad. He played one of the antagonists, the Russian bad guys, whatever. But I liked his acting. He was very cool.
You know what? We can't talk about a movie that never happened. So let's get back to the Blacklist.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
fair enough.
Basically, let's just jump way ahead now because it all is just procedure.
Yeah, pretty much everything else.
We find out that this woman is carrying the money. Red set it all up so that he can get his hands on her.
Again.
He can take all of the money because we didn't say, we've been doing a lot of talking, but we didn't actually say, for anybody who's watching for some reason and doesn't know, the formula. She has all the bad guys' monies, all the criminals.
Yeah, again, it's.
Yeah, that's how she gets Berlin. That's how Red gets Berlin's money, and they get to that. They go to Coney Island and sit on a bench, and Red is watching. He's looking at the security guards, and the one scene right when the security guard, you see Red sitting there, and he looks over at a guy, and he doesn't nod or anything, but you see it in his eyes where he's like, he was just alerted silently that Berlin is coming up behind him. And you see him brace in that one split second. I thought that was fucking awesome acting.
That was cool. That really was.
Yeah.
And also, it was a very smart plan too to actually trick Berlin and actually do all the other stuff. I mean, Berlin has to know about 5 minutes that it was Red who was doing it, but it took him a while. It took him a long time, and Berlin knows Red could destroy him easily, but he was blinded by his own passion, which is like he told a really interesting story about a ballerina dancer who was a very fit and very limber person, but she had an anorexia, if I said that correctly. She was anorexic, sorry. She was anorexic.
I was actually looking for the story right in my notes here so I could help you out, but I didn't catch it.
Oh, shoot. Well, he said that the dancer was anorexic because her passion was her own disease. So he's telling Berlin, like, you can do this revenge nonsense, but it'll be your own doing. It'll be your own disease. And Berlin came back and said, like, yeah, your passion, like, king and everything else, like, yeah, your passion for her and your wife is your weakness as well and your disease. So, yeah, touche.
Yeah.
Am I the only person who watched the show?
No. I got lost in my notes. I'm sorry.
That's why I don't take notes. This is why I don't take notes.
You don't take notes because you're not a host.
Last year I didn't take notes and I mumbled and stumbled. This year I'm taking notes and I'm getting lost in them.
I mean, I'm doing my own show. I don't take notes on my show. Like, no, I don't take notes. Fuck that shit.
But anyway, so we're on there, and then after all that, Red got Berlin by the balls, and then Berlin, lets him know that he knows about Keen, and he knows about Red's obsession. Doesn't divulge too much, and he does it, and he gives Red that look and goes, Keen. Red just looks at him and goes,
right, and then oh my god,
this is a freaking television moment.
Oh yeah, and we also forgot one thing.
It is the carnival blowjob.
But it was something what Red said to Berlin. He says, "Someone framed me who killed your daughter. We have a common enemy." I was like, "What?" That's what got me confused. Like, oh wait a minute, so someone killed Berlin's daughter, and I think Berlin actually believes him, but he doesn't care because he still want to kill Red. But it's still confusing as hell. Like,
maybe this is jumping ahead. Maybe they're brothers because listen, for some reason, maybe it was the preview and they used bits of the flashbacks of the women burning or whatever, all that shit that happened in Red's past. But they seem to have alluded to that being the same fate happened to his daughters. So I'm wondering if maybe like Red was the uncle and that whole speculation originally about Red being Elizabeth's uncle is actually Berlin's daughter's uncle, and Berlin is the father, or maybe Elizabeth is still put in there, but I don't know. I think Berlin's involved somehow. I think something. He might be Red's brother.
Yeah, and plus there's other dark forces that's pretty much powerful within Berlin. So Berlin's a bad guy, but he's only the tip of the iceberg that Red has to deal with. Red's bosses are the real bad guys of the show. So, yeah.
Which I think we're going to get into that next week. We've got to. Otherwise, it's almost like a dropping of a thread. We've had our 2 weeks of excitement, and now it's time to just get a little bit more into that secret society shit again.
Right. So let's go to the ending now, because since King took the formula, like, are you serious, King? Are you that stupid? God, Lord, you're so stupid. But you're trying to risk everything for one woman? Yeah, I'll do the same thing for you. Well, we're still taking her.
I didn't hear a word of what you said on that one.
Okay, it's like, it was making a joke, too, by the way. Like, Red was trying to save his wife by doing anything that means necessary. And King got on his back like, it's not right, Red. You blah, 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 blah. Elizabeth King nonsense. But then Red, I'm surprised Red did not pull out this one card. I'll do the same thing for you, Lizzie. And then she's like, well, we're still going to take the formula from you, and that's it. Bye.
No.
Isaiah, were you having a seizure just then?
No, I was trying to wince like they Anyways, moving on from there. We all know Elizabeth King's not that bright, but moving on from there.
moving on from there, let's just get into we see caught with that woman gives the records to wrestler. Turns out that the FBI had money stored at the bank as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cooper is told that the whole Reddington operation is actually funded through the FBI's Monarch bank accounts.
I'm like, dude, are you that stupid, dude? Like, are you that stupid? Like, you're supposed to be FBI. You're supposed to know everything. It's like, oh, I didn't know this, dude. You're a useless black guy. You're useless. You're so useless.
I swear I heard everything up until he's a bad guy, Gary Busey.
Then he's a useless black guy. At least Dokes did something. Like, Dokes like, okay, let's handle this right now. Dokes is like, let's do it. This black guy's like, oh, okay, we should wait. Really? Are you Obama? Yes. Okay, never mind.
Todd, did you get any of that?
Gary Busey. Let's go back. All right, so that's pretty cool. That's got some implications that we can get into with wild speculations. That guy the Cooper. He meets the Mossad agent. She gives him the research file that she's been doing, and then she asks for a mysterious favor.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts? Is it a Coney Island blowjob?
He wishes.
All right.
No.
Wait, what were you gonna say, Charles?
I was just gonna say he gave her a job at the task force.
Pretty much. It's like she's in now. She's in the ranks.
Yes.
And the big twist is
Well, wait. Before the big twist, because there's one scene with Liz going to see Red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we have that music that they do at the end of every one, and I know you all know about Liz scenes, so I'll just rush through it real quick. Thanks her for letting him get his wife back by returning. Oh, we didn't talk about that, the exchange with the wife. I said I wanted to talk about that real quick, was when you asked him, and he doesn't say a word, and they just stop for that second, and I want to know what's going on. Did they leave their relationship when they were good and they left because of practical reasons, or did they leave very badly and they're divorced but she's still being fucked with? You know what I'm saying?
The second part.
Lost her or what?
I think it's actually that she left him because she got tired of all the secrets.
Right.
And Red still loves her, but he also respects her enough to keep his distance.
Right. But however, he got really angry but he really wanted to kill Berlin right there, like what he did to his wife. It's like, wow, we haven't seen this kind of anger before. Okay, we have, but nothing like this. So Ben said, like, oh, no, hold him back, don't, Red, we get him next time. Let's go back in the car. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then, all right, let's get back to the ending now then. We jumped. But when Liz is in the room with Red, she basically says to him, "I'm not protecting you. You're just an asset," which I guess was whatever. They're just basically cat and mousing each other right now,
as usual.
And then he points out to her that, hey, you've got some sort of source, which that was a shock to me. I didn't realize he was talking about Samar. He was talking about Samar, right?
Yeah, she wasn't that bright. Like, they tell him the whole thing. Like, okay, how did you know that was her again? You just told me. Oh, really? Yes. Oh.
And it leads to Charles. Charles, what happens after that? After she thinks she has the upper hand, and then it goes to the twist.
The twist that I was referring to was the Mossad agent working for Reddington.
Is that really a twist? Because, let's be honest, Red did make her a deal, too.
Yeah.
The twist is that they're not banging. You thought they were going to be banging, and nope, they're just employees.
Hey, you never know.
Nope. Sexual harassment in the work case applies in the criminal underworld.
Hey, but she's still hot, though. Yeah.
She's all right.
Hey, much better than his wife.
That's true, too.
On that note, let's jump into Wild. Did we miss anything? Any important points?
No.
I don't think so.
Besides the bikini and wrestler trying to battle his demons with pills.
Oh, wrestlers on drugs, but we did mention that early on.
Fuck. Who cares?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's move on.
Wild speculations. I know Charles said he had one.
Yes, I do have a wild speculation. It's just one, and it's probably obvious, is that with the death of wrestler's ex-fiance, then girlfriend or something, I think this opens up the opportunity for him and Keen to get into a romantic relationship, possibly sexual.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, the hand on the. Oh yeah, the hand on the shoulder.
Two boring characters.
They're gonna fuck.
Wow. Yay.
Yep.
Yay.
Fuckers. Isaiah.
Okay, let me try that my slang. I feel that Berlin.
What?
Shut up,
Gary,
Charles.
Yeah, you see.
Shut up. Thank you. I feel that Berlin, he's gonna make a bigger attack, make a bigger and most epic attack on the FBI because they're just so fucking stupid. And Red has to save their ass again. Like yay! And they're gonna say we should hunt down Reddington. Why? I don't know yet. That's what the script says. Are you high? Maybe.
No.
I got that weed from Whedon.
Maybe.
Kinda. And also that black guy, I forgot his name. Who actually cares now? He needs to fix that hair. I'm sorry. It looks like
Cooper.
You're
talking about Cooper, right?
Cripple boy. There we go. Thank you. Cripple boy.
Not Cooper boy. Cooper.
Cripple.
Oh God.
Anyways, he needs to change his haircut.
You are so going to hell.
That's nothing new. Again, he needs to fix that hair. For fuck's sake. Like, dude, go bald. Do anything. Get some Jerry curls. I don't care. Lose that nappy-headed afro.
Yeah.
I liked his hair. I thought it was groovy.
A seasoned FBI agent walking into the task force with Jerry curls.
Hey, I would like that more than nappy-headed.
That's like, what up, Claire?
Yeah. Puts it that way, it does sound. But you know what? In politics, you see that a lot. So in the CIA, why not?
Yeah, how about this? Just go bald, motherfucker. We don't want no naps. We want no afro hair like this. Oh God. You go ahead, Todd. What's your speculation?
I'm sorry, I was just picturing many different Jerry curl styles and Jerry curls and the suits that accompany it. And anyway, that's it. Really, that's the episode's over. I have no wild speculations because I blew my load early.
Ha! That's what she said.
But it was all because of that Coney Island blowjob. Here's a wild speculation. I don't think next week is going to... Listen, next week's got a lot to live up to. Because what really makes an episode? An episode of a show could be 41 minutes of bullshit, and in 12 seconds of 1 minute, there could be just one little nuance that just sticks with you. And next week, you're waiting for that trick to come. And when that trick doesn't come, even though it's a really good episode, it's going to feel like shit. I have a feeling none of us are going to like next week's episode.
Oh, just like that's like American Horror Story episodes. He said it's going to be something great, and then you just get shit. And more
Let's
shit.
talk about that for a second. That's great because it's a great way to end because we have the new series coming up October 8th, which means our discussions are October 9th, which is this next Thursday, not tomorrow, but the following Thursday, folks. Am I the only one? I know we were all not wanting to see it, but as of now, and did you see the final trailer? Am I the only one?
No.
You're not psyched at all?
I would rather watch paint dry on my arm.
Wow. Well, I can't wait to find out why you hate it so much on that first discussion.
Oh Lord, we'll be
I
all
hope it
fucking
wins
like
you over because I have a feeling I'm going to love it, and I'm going to hope we do a full series discussion and not just a hello and a goodbye.
Oh, please, God, no. Oh, God, the torture.
It's not going to hurt so bad this time, Isaiah. It's
But
not.
you said last time. That's what you said last time, like on season 2. Like, oh, season 2 wasn't all that bad. Let's go into season 3. Okay, it was like a rape show for us. We just feel like we're getting raped all over again. Like, oh, God, not again. Not again. I'm so awful.
Well, we'll find out not tomorrow, but next Thursday. And the next shows we have coming up is this show again, and Sleepy Hollow, because we did it late this week. There's no other shows, right? That's it?
Next week, I think it'll be The Flash and Arrow and all that other nonsense.
Oh, is that starting next week?
I think so. I hope I'm wrong.
All right. Well, that starts next week. And Walking Dead is the 12th?
Yes. Oh, shit. Man.
So that's also next week. Holy shit.
Oh.
Can't wait for next week, folks. It's going to be a busy one at the Geeks of the Round. So be sure to tune in and join the conversations as well. You'll have a great, great time.
Kinda.
These guys, they're just great guys.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. All right, Gary Busey, everybody.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.